I'm basically going to film the drive back to Canyon Lake off of Acacia Trail, which is 88. This is where I am right now, and I'm going to do my best to just kind of hold the phone up here. It's a pretty interesting drive, to say the least, but I will be doing so by being incredibly careful. I did this last night at sunset, and it's absolutely mind-blowing at sunset, to be honest. I wish I had a better way to hold the camera up at the moment, but I don't, because I'm using my phone. I do have a picture of a crested saguaro that I took. It's the only one I know of, like, in the wild. I know of a couple others, but they're like, there's one at the, it's an amazing one at the Botanical Gardens. There's one at Saguaro National Forest down in Tucson. And a friend of mine has sent a couple other pictures, but now that I'm where there is no service, I can't see them. But I'm also on the lookout for more. I actually think I see one, but right now they're hard to tell because of the blooms make the crowns on the crested ones a little hard to make out. But I also have some vultures up there, and you can bet your butt I actually have raw meat in the car, hoping that once I get back to the lake, I'm gonna find some vultures to befriend, because I saw them last night as well. And maybe at some point I will also integrate the drive, the couple of videos that I took last night into this one as well, maybe at the very end, just so you can see. But it's stunning itself when it's sunny out, and the number of people who are on motorcycles too is incredible. But as the sun was going down last night, it's hard to drive because you want to look at everything. You want to take pictures of everything, video, all of it. It's incredible. That's the only word I keep saying. Amazing, wonderful, fantastic. I don't know what other superlatives I could use, so if you feel like adding to the list, go for it. But if I were to turn off right here, I could go back to view Weaver's Needle, and Tim and I have done that. It's interesting and everything. Weaver's Needle features kind of prominently in the legends of the Lost Dutchman's mine, and I'd have to go back and reread so that I had it correct. But Wall said at one point that at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the shadow of Weaver's Needle falls into the mine shaft. Now keep in mind, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you've got 365 days of the year where that could be all sorts of different places. And there was something about a north-south running canyon and a couple other things that I can't recall off the top of my head. And just so you know, I am literally doing about 35 miles an hour. I am resting one arm on the steering wheel, and I have the other firmly in control of the wheel. But I also want to just show you some of this stuff. Thankfully, there is nobody behind me right now. If I catch sight of anybody behind me, I'm going to pull off to let them go past, because I know that I'm going slow. But look at this. There are frequent pull-offs as well. My guess is whoever built this road knew darn well that people coming up here we're going to want safe ways, if at all possible, to be able to view everything. I'm sure they never anticipated people videotaping and stuff like that, but we do it. And if I get a GoPro to do it, it would be a much better video, I'm quite sure. Ooh, there's some rocks on the road. I don't know. I'll have to check later to see if they show up, but they were like in the very side berm, about the size of a basketball or so. I don't know if I'll be leaving tonight in time to get a video coming back the other direction at sunset. And I also think I may have seen another crested saguaro up the hill, but I can't stop here. There's no way. But look at that. And granted, with my phone, I can take in a few views that I can't see while I'm concentrating on driving. I'll have to actually see some of this later, but also I just want to show that, and I'm hoping I can remember to get on film a place that I took a picture of last night, because over across the road at one point there is very clearly what looks like a cave. I assume that it's a cave and not the entrance to a mine. I'm not sure yet. Rumble strips, but look. Yeah, I'm doing like not even 30 miles an hour, which, I mean, up here is can be a little nerve-wracking, but I'm doing okay. Don't like that I see all these damn telephone wires, but I get it. My daughter had told me that this lake was back here. She wasn't really clear what the drive was like. She said that it might be a little bit nerve-wracking, but I'm not sure. I don't remember, and don't know if you can see over here. We've got somebody hiking. Yeah, they're pulled off, and she's over there getting pictures, I guess. I can see another vulture up in the distance, but it's just takes your breath away, kind of leaves you speechless. Mile 206. At one point last night coming through here, and I can't remember exactly where it was, I want to say like around 2:04 or so, there were some younger guys on kind of like the hot rod street bike kind of things, and one of them rode a wheelie all through the curve. And while I would never be able to, and yes, it scared me to death, it was also really cool to watch. And I mean, there's a big part of me that's like, oh my God, I wish I had the nerve, the chutzpah to do that. it's no rescue or anything that they have to deal with. Kind of makes me wonder because it looks like it's heading back to the lake. So, I hope not. I also think it's funny, and I'll probably never be able to find it again, but I swear I drove past a saguaro that looked like it was dabbing as well, and Lily will yell at me, but it was just so funny. It's just the way the arms looked. It's interesting because last night as the sun was going down, some of these colors weren't here. Like this one here where it almost looks yellow. It just did not look like that. And then over here there's an old corral. I don't know if I got it, but hopefully I did. There's an old corral because you find those along some of these roads where in centuries past, shall we say, there were people who had their horses out here, and you know, for a little while they may have, you can see the lake, for a little while they may have kept their cattle here. And I'm not going to stop at this vista, but that's the lake that I'm headed down to. It just looks very pretty. I am very surprised this whole way up here, minus the people I almost pulled out in front of earlier. I don't want to have anybody else behind me, which is a little weird, but I'm glad because it means I don't have to feel pressured or anything while I'm driving, and I was able to drive very slow. This drive would not really take 15 minutes necessarily. I mean, it's probably not going to take too different for me because I really would be driving it relatively slow. And wow, I get absolutely distracted by seeing the all the cactus, and there are, like I said, the vultures, which I don't see at the moment, but I should be coming up to where I got a picture of them last night. There's a lot of people out on boats. That would be nice, but don't have a way to do it. It's fine. But this is one view you get of the lake, and then the walls of it, of like the canyon that you're in down here. I brought swim shoes with me. I didn't bring a swim suit or anything. I just kind of gonna sit around. I have my bag with me that I have like origami paper and coloring books and stuff. It's dumb. But and then you have this one-lane bridge that you do have to go over. Looks like there are people stopped on it for some reason. What the heck are we doing? Apparently they just saw that there's going to be somebody who would like to come across, and hopefully they are going to move. Just not real bright. I'm just not really sure what they were taking pictures of or whatever, that they couldn't have driven their car a little bit further and pulled off to the side and walked back. It's just really bizarre. But then again, like me, they might have thought, you know, it's been a while since they've seen another car coming in. They weren't expecting anybody, but whatever. Anyway. So that is pretty much the drive over 88 into Tonto National Forest. And yeah, I'll finish up. I'll get down to the parking lot, but it was over in here where I saw the vulture last night. I have a picture of it on the tree, and if I don't upload it with this version of the video, I'm probably going to play around with getting some pictures in there and then putting in the ones from last night, making it all one video, just so that you can see a little bit about what this drive looks like at sunset as well. Guess I had a little further to go than I thought, but it's okay. That is one area, Acacia, but I'm going to go over here and see where else there is, because I didn't go this way last night. I have a feeling I'm going to end up at Acacia. And hey, look at that. It's another one-lane bridge coming up. Yay. I don't like one-lane bridges. Oh, so it's Palo Verde over here. I'll go in here. Oh, whoops, boat trailer parking only beyond this point, so I'm gonna have to turn around.